Hi, everyone. We few, we happy few. My name is Peter Loshak. Sorry about last night. It was a crappy, the pregame stuff that I talked about for the later games. There was some good stuff in there. I had some Tennessee Tech. I was big on a lot of the plays that I gave later on the full game lines, but the halftime stuff was shitty. Obviously, last night I might start doing this every single day of the week. I might start skipping Thursdays, although I don't know. We'll see what the schedule winds up being for the conference tournaments and everything. But yeah, yesterday was a shitty day. It might be a little bit much to do this 5 nights a week, but we'll see. Tonight should be pretty interesting. A lot of the games have second half written all over them. As far as the games coming up. I'll talk about the 7 o'clock games that I took in a minute, but I did take a shot with St. Francis Brooklyn over Bryant. I took that. I got Pick'em. It moved to -1. And I also took a shot with small shot with Fairleigh Dickinson, and I also hit the over when it was at 154. I like the over in that one. And I took a small shot with the first half over as well. Oh, and of course, the big play I took, I'm not exactly sure why the line was so huge. Central Connecticut State. I took them at +9. I looked into that one somewhat extensively last night. Didn't quite understand the huge line. Central Connecticut State obviously is a crappy team overall and in the one-loss column, but they've been covering recently. Definitely turned a corner, getting some impressive results, game in and game out, home road, and the line didn't make any sense to me at +9. Reminded me a little bit of the North Florida game yesterday, which I also took, although that line, I think, in retrospect, was more justified than I initially thought. But Central Connecticut State at +9 didn't make any sense to me, so I hit it big. If it turns out that that was the wrong call, I'll eat a big loss. But that's the biggest play that's my biggest play of the day. At +9, it's now +8. I would hit it at 8. I also hit the over on that one at 144, and that got bet down to 142.5. So maybe I was wrong about that one. And then, of course, I hit the Central Connecticut State team total over a little bit at 67.5 or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that game, but I hit it big. I thought that the line was a little bit inflated, and in light of their recent results, didn't quite understand why. But after looking into it for a few minutes, and then a few more minutes, I decided, all right, fuck it. I'll just conclude that I'm basically right. The market's basically wrong. Who knows? I hit that. Central Connecticut State +9. That was a big play for me. I also hit the over. That moved in the opposite direction. And I hit the Central Connecticut State team total over as well. And I also hit the St. Francis Brooklyn line at Pick'em. That moved to +1. That moved to -1. And I also took a small shot with the over on the St. Francis team total over as well, but that has also moved slightly against my my bet. But that's okay. Bigger on the St. Francis pick, and that's it. And yeah, small on Fairleigh Dickinson. The over in the first half over. St. Louis and VCU, definitely a pass for me, although that definitely has second half written all over it. Same thing with with Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and Oakland. Definitely a pass for me, but that has a second half written all over it. And as far as the 7 o'clock games, I did take Brown over Columbia. That's looking good. Green Bay, Detroit was a pass. Yale, Cornell, total pass. And we'll talk about that in a second. Penn, Dartmouth, I did take Penn. That's not looking good, but it's a long game. Princeton, Harvard, I took Princeton and the under. That's looking good, although that is also a ways to go, but didn't quite understand why Princeton should have been that big of a dog. Niagara, Fairfield, total pass. Rider, Iona, I did take Iona and the under pretty big. That's looking decent. Iona, of course, has turned a bit of a corner recently, started to become more of the caliber of team that we saw in the NCAA tournament recently. I also hit St. Peter's big. They're down a little bit right now, but that's okay. St. Peter's, of course, is a deep team. They rotate. They're one of these teams. One thing to be aware of, and it's easy to find out if you're not aware of any team. You're kind of trying to figure out, the shape of a team, the character of a team. Some of these teams rotate 6 guys. Some of them rotate 10 or 11, right? Some of these teams have like 5-star players, like Western Kentucky off the top of my head. And if you look in their box scores, they're all playing like 40, 38, 40, 39 minutes. St. Peter's is the opposite. They rotate like 10 or 11 guys. They all play like, 30, 20, 10 minutes a game. And, of course, there's positive and negatives to both of those. But St. Peter's is definitely a team that I have my eye out for as far as possible betting value the rest of the way. And I definitely hit them tonight. I got 1.5. It moved in my favor. They're down now, but that's okay. Monmouth Marist, I took the over. That's not looking too good. Canisius Quinnipiac, total pass. And the Buffalo-Kent State game, I did the usual with Buffalo. Kind of flipped my assumptions about Buffalo from what they would have been in past years and looking to play on them on the road and particularly on their team total overs. So I did bet them a little bit, but much bigger. I bet the team total over. They're getting beat down right now, but the team total over is still looking okay. And there might be some nice second half value in that game as well. Regular viewers of this show know that I often wind up with plays on Buffalo in their second halves because they tend to start at 7:00 and they just tend to be a team that I have a good read on, and it tends to have first half, second half splits that my numbers are fairly good at taking into account and analyzing. So once again, hopefully tonight, to make up for yesterday, there will be a graded medium big or big play on or against Buffalo on the over the under, and we'll hit it. But yeah, that's what I did on the 7:00 games. And again, Central Connecticut State big play there, +9, down to 8. I also hit the over. That's moved against me, and I also hit the Central Connecticut State team total over. I also hit St. Francis Brooklyn at Pick'em. And I also small hit the over and the St. Francis team total over as well. That's moved against me a little bit as well, but that's okay. And that's it. In about 10 or 15 minutes, we'll start looking at the second half lines and we'll wrap it up. Grueling week. Started out great. Every show has been fun, though. I'm pretty sure, I don't track jokes, but I'm pretty sure that there were some quality jokes every single show this week, which is nice. Means nothing for the bottom line, but it's nice to see. Shout out to everyone. Rich G, Nuke Worker, Adam Lastman. People talking about NBA. Rich G, here's your action tonight. Cornell team total over 61.5. That's a tough one. Harvard -7.5. Okay, it's a long game, and in the Ivy League, and in all college basketball, of course, class often tends to show late. So we'll see. But I took Princeton plus the points. Robert Morris, that game was a total pass. Milwaukee. That game was a total pass. It does have second half written all over it, though, and I will definitely have in mind that Rich G likes Milwaukee +4. Nuke Worker, Friday night, be time to sit back and relax. You said it, Nuke Worker. You said it. I hope none of the suits in from the media companies are watching right now because they'll be like, who is this low shack guy? Maybe we should hire him. And they'll take a look at me and they're like, wow, this dude looks tired. He seems kind of funny. But he seems tired as hell, because I am. Hopefully they're not any of the 25 people watching right now. Shout out to you, Flick My Bick, Capper Investments, Latte. Always great to see you in the comment section. Funny guy, Capper Investments. Hell yeah. Nuke Worker, fuck the suits. Hell yeah. Suits, if you're watching right now, fuck you. I got your suits right here. Oh, but we have media jobs for you. Yeah, take the media jobs and shove them up your ass, okay? That's what I think of you and your media jobs, Nuke Workers. Hell yeah. No, I'm just kidding. They got the money. And I need the money to buy shit. You know what I'm saying? I need the money to buy shit. Hell yeah. Shout out to everyone. Tito Banton, Tasha M. I am feeling okay about the games tonight. The 7:30 games are about to be off. Again, I don't know what to tell you. Central Connecticut State, I pounded it at +9. The line made no sense to me. There's a shitty team that turned a corner. Yeah, definitely competitive with anyone in the conference right now. And Wagner's nothing special, right? They're okay. Fine. Nothing against Wagner. Any Wagner fans watching right now, but 9-point favorites over Central Connecticut State? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So I took it. If it loses, fine. Man, that little bit about suits just gave me a headache. Damn. Took a lot out of me. Hell yeah. Shy Archie, shout out to you. Latte. Shout out to you. Capper Investments. Pete, you seem so much happier than you were at your former job. Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Capper Investment, didn't you watch my videos like 4 years ago? 3 years ago or whenever, before the big transition? Hell yeah. Yes. Dan Kelly, once in a while, I watch those betting shows on ESPN and Fox Sports. If they hired you, Pete, their shows would be watchable. Yeah, no shit. And that's a huge rise from the worst bullshit on TV that they are now. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. They know how to make money. Adam Lastman says, wait till you're 61, longer. Yeah, I hear you, man. Oh, boy. All right, so we're just sitting here waiting for the halftimes that are coming in. Let's do a little anticipation. That worked out well last Friday, remember? It was close, though. With Fairfield, but it was a money line underdog, so that's okay. You know, if you have a game that comes down to the wire with a money line favorite, that's not good. You should be thinking maybe you did something wrong. If you have a game that comes down to the wire on a money line underdog, win or lose, you probably made a good decision. So let's and that happened last week with Fairfield. Let's do a little bit of initial observing of Brown is down now. Okay. It's a little bit early to start. Wow, Princeton up by 7. Look at that. Damn. All right, Rich G. If you take a loss on that one, you're one guy I won't feel bad for. That'll only put you at, like 18-4 in the plays you've posted on this show. Shout out to you, Rich G. Awesome handicapper. Posting his plays. I don't know where this guy came from. I don't know how he acquired his college basketball handicapping skills, but definitely impressive. Rich G, shout out to you. Ryder Iona, even. St. Peter's now up. Okay. Buffalo, Kent State. All right, let me just observe, see what we got here. Man. Only about 10 minutes to go before the second halves are coming in. And then only about 30 minutes to go, or maybe less, 25 minutes to go. Yeah, about 30 minutes to go before nap time. Hell yeah. All right, Buffalo, Kent State. Yeah, you know, we'll see. We'll see what the halftime situation is. Hard to say there. The Canisius game, I passed on that one. Yeah, hard to say there. The Niagara Fairfield game. Interesting. Fairfield. That's a shitty team, but it was the right call last week on a Fairfield second half play. They'll probably be a 3 or 4 point favorite on the second half here against Niagara down. Possible my numbers will recommend a play on Fairfield with the old money line favorite, although it won't be a huge one, be like minus 200 or so. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull the trigger on that, but we'll see. Ryder Iona, interesting. Again, I took Iona and the under. Not necessarily expect. Ryder and Iona now up again. Yeah, that's I don't know. St. Peter's, Manhattan. Again, I took St. Peter's plus 1.5. This will be an interesting bunch of games at 7 o'clock. Hard to say. Hard to say what these numbers will say. Very low scoring in the St. Peter's game. Possible it'll be a double up on St. Peter's there. Possible it'll be a double up. Monmouth Marist. Possibly an over. Could see the numbers saying that. Over in Monmouth Marist. Possibly Green Bay Detroit. Interesting matchup here. Detroit kind of falling off the table a little bit. Yeah, nothing really there. Brown. Interesting. Quite possibly a play on Brown. Second half. Got my eye out for that. Yale and Cornell. Yeah, Yale is a quality team. They were down early, and now all of a sudden they're winning again. Yale is the kind of team I am scared to get to bet against. I did not take this one pregame at all. Halftime is probably going to be a pass. Penn Dartmouth, interesting. Possibly a play on the over or the Penn team total over maybe. Princeton Harvard. I took Princeton in the under. That's tough as well. All right. possibly a play on St. Peter's, possibly a play on Fairfield, possibly a play on the over in Monmouth Marist. We'll see. Possibly a play on Brown. We'll see. We'll see. Buffalo game, hard to say. Let me pull one thing up here. All right. Okay. We're going to get this done. Next week, I didn't even check. Do the conference tournaments start next week? I think some of them do. I'm having a nice week overall on my personal betting accounts. It just kind of sucks that I gave out a bunch of public plays that were crappy. Nuke Worker, shout out to you. Cheesehead. Yeah, better watch it, Richie. Remember what happened to my picks after Pete bragged on me? Yeah, I apologize for that, Cheesehead. The same shit happens to me. Longtime viewers of my shows will know that anytime I talk about how I've been doing well or how good I am as a capper or I had a good night last night or I'm really good at handicapping or anything like that, in the shitter, my picks go. I posted a screenshot from a sportsbook guy saying that I was doing well at his sportsbook and he was impressed. And I thought that was cool because the guy's one of those hard to impress guys who never says a nice thing about someone's hand. He's like, everyone loses. You know, yeah, he's one of those guys who I think I've mentioned this guy before. He'd probably say that I have a better, he'd be more encouraging if I told him I was going to like run for Congress than if I was going to, than if I had an edge in sports betting. He's just that kind of guy. Sent me a nice message, and I thought, what the hell? I mean, that would be cool if I like took a screenshot of it and posted it on Twitter, so I did. That night, next night, in the shitter. My pick's in the shitter. I think I'm just going to not brag on anyone, myself or other people, but you have to. You have to. You have to obviously have to comment on how you've been doing, on how other people have been doing. And what are you not going to make jokes about it? Of course, you got to make jokes too. So I don't know. My point is, if I jinxed you, Cheesehead, I apologize. I haven't jinxed Rich G, though, man. I bragged on Rich G a few times, and he's just continued to kill it. Nice job, Rich G. Hell yeah. Shout out to Dan Kelly. Shout out to Shy Archie and Saint Even Michael Madara. We few, we happy few. Let's see. Someone commented on the St. Louis game. Where is that? Adam Lastman. Billikens, Grizzlies, Dartmouth, Undy. Did you mean to say under? Or you like St. Louis? Okay. Yeah, St. Louis is a tough team. Impressive rebounding team, but shitty offensively and at the free throw line. Tough one. Often good with second half situations, though. Hell yeah. Shout out to everyone. Nuke Worker says, everybody needs to retweet this, people. Nuke Worker, man, thank you. We appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? We few, we happy few. We're struggling here, battling, trying to get views and likes and tweets and retweets and impressions and views and subscriptions, right? And shares and all that bullshit. Thanks, Nuke Worker. I appreciate it when people say stuff like that. Supportive stuff. Hell yeah. Shout out to you, Nuke Worker. Carlos Smith. Shout out to you. All right. Okay. Few minutes and the games will be up. Some of these Ivy League games, though, start really fast. So maybe let me check to make sure some of those Ivy League games will sneak up on you. They'll be done in like 40 minutes as opposed to 44 or 45 like most other games. Let me just make sure and also some of these like super low scoring MAC games, that can happen too with those St. Pete's games and Fairfield games. You got to be careful with those. Those can come up after 40 minutes and not like 45, 46. Let's see where we are. All right, we got a few minutes to go. Oh, yep, Penn Dartmouth. Interesting. Okay. Penn is down. That is not a the line's not up yet, but that game is at the half. Here we go. 2-70.5. Penn Dartmouth. Here we go. 740. Penn Dartmouth. Yeah, very lukewarm lean to Penn. But that's based on my the pregame numbers say take Penn here. Halftime numbers say pass. And a small lean to the over at 70.5. Oh, now up to 71. Yeah. The numbers like the over, and I'm going to bet the over. I'm not saying you should. I have to decide if I want to give the over. Now it's 71. We do a little bit of further analysis, further in-depth checking, rows and columns and stuff. I did bet the over, though. 71. The numbers like it. Nothing huge. Yeah, I'm not going to make that a play. Very borderline. I bet it. Standard size, nothing crazy. OT absolutely in play. Yeah, I'm not gonna take a shot. I'm not gonna make that a public play. Here I am, risk averse with public plays. Numbers do like it though. 71. Well, now up to 115. Wow, the numbers headed up. Yeah. Let me see. Penn and Dartmouth. Yeah, I got to pass on the spread. Halftime numbers actually like Dartmouth a little bit. Pre-game numbers like Penn. Let's check something here. Yeah, interesting. Oh, up to 71.5. All right. I bet it. I bet the over. I'm not going to give it as a play, though. My numbers liked it, and I trust my numbers enough to bet it. Small lean to the Dartmouth team total over as well at 35. Dartmouth team total over as well at 35. Small lean there. Okay. Yeah, we'll hold off. Yeah, we'll hold off. Hopefully some lower hanging stuff will come up in a few seconds. Interesting game, Penn Dartmouth. I bet the over at 71. But I'm not going to make that one a play. Hold on a second. All right. Other stuff should be popping up now, right? Let's see what we got. Canisius Quinnipiac. What do we got? 4 and 78.5. 4 and 78.5. Four and 78.5. Small lean to Quinnipiac, but some conflicting stuff here. 4 and 215. Yeah, small lean to Quinnipiac at that big money line, minus 215. Not going to make that one a play. Oh, Jeff dropped to 2 and 210 or 3.5. Yeah, that's going to be a pass as well. And I'm not going to bet that as opposed to the Penn over, which I did bet. And then the total, pretty much I hope we just wrap up the week with like 1 or 2 low-hanging fruiters and then get out of here. Come on, 1 or 2 low-hanging fruiters and then get out of here. Yeah, Canisius Quinnipiac, Can't do it. Small lean to Quinnipiac according to the numbers, but I'm not going to do it. And the total of 78.5, basically nothing. Yeah. All right. Get that one out of the way. Hopefully low-hanging stuff will start popping up. We got 9 more. 9 more coming up. Niagara Fairfield is at the half. Monmouth. Okay. Let's see what we got. Penn Dartmouth. Oh, no. Princeton Harvard, 7 and 75. Yeah, this is probably going to be 7 and 75. Princeton Harvard. Numbers. Small lean to Princeton, actually, at 7. Yeah, I'm not going to bet that. I do have a bet on Princeton, though. Full game plus 7.5. Nice to see the numbers leading Princeton plus 7 as well. Numbers like Princeton plus 7 just a little bit, but I'm not going to bet that, and it's definitely not going to be a play. Total is 75. I hit the under on the pregame, on the full game line. And, yeah, these halftime numbers, small but unbettable lean to the over. Pregame says pass on the total, so extremely teeny lean to over 75, but I'm definitely not going to take that. And the Princeton over 34 is interesting. That's numbers like that a bit. Princeton over 34, just a little bit. They like that. I'm not going to make that one a bet either, but that is borderline. Princeton team total over 34. I like that just a bit. All right. Let's see if anything else is up. Okay. The Detroit game. Let's look at the Monmouth game, actually. Marist, plus 3, 69. Monmouth and Marist, 3 and 69. Yes, man. The numbers say over. Over 69 in Monmouth Marist. That makes me nervous, but let's look into this a little bit. Friday, this is the appropriate number of college basketball games they should be offering. This is what it should be like. 10 or 11. Or 7 o'clock slate. Yeah. Like over 69 a bit. Monmouth Marist. I'm going to be betting that. All right, I'm going to hit that myself. Monmouth Marist over 69. I don't know if I can make this a play either. So borderline. All right, I'll do it. Monmouth Marist over 69. I'm just going to grade it small, though. Marist game. Monmouth Marist. Over 69. Small. Official play. Graded small. Monmouth Marist. Over 69. Graded small. And the spread. Let's see. 2.5. Yeah, pretty much nothing. Yeah, they do like that over 69, though. That my numbers would be set. My numbers like it medium small, actually. I graded it small. And they like both team total overs as well. Monmouth 36, Marist 33.5. on the over 36. Very tempting. Both of the team total overs are very tempting to make public plays. All right, let's move on to something else. Stop dawdling on this. Stop getting hung up here. Detroit 3.5 and 86.5. Detroit 3.5 and 86.5. Gosh, small lean to Detroit, but numbers are very confused about that as well. All right, we'll revisit that. I want to make sure we get to some of the others that might look a little juicier. Let's look at Brown Columbia. 2.5 and 74.5. Brown Columbia. Yeah, the numbers like Brown here. 2.5 or 150. The numbers like Brown, 150. All right, well, I'll take it. And I'll make it an official play. Nothing crazy, though. Probably just medium small. Brown minus 150. Brown minus 150. Official play. Small or medium small. We'll grade it medium small. Brown minus 150. Graded medium small. And the total 74.5. Nothing really. Small into the Brown team total over, though. Yale Cornell is up. Let's just see if Ryder Iona. Let's look at that. 1 and 77.5. Ryder Iona. Come on, I wanted some low-hanging stuff to give to y'all. Small lean to Ryder, actually. Halftime numbers. Pre-game numbers say pass. Halftime numbers like Ryder -1, just a little bit. I don't think I'm even going to bet that, though. Pre-game numbers say pass. Halftime numbers do like Ryder. Just a little bit. Low edge, but high confidence. Regular viewers of the show know I look at these lines. I have EV numbers and confidence numbers. The confidence numbers are more important. This is a classic situation here. Small edge, but high confidence on Ryder. Small edge, but high confidence on Ryder. All right, I'll make that a play also. What the hell? Ryder -1, just graded small. Ryder -1 small. Official play, but graded small. Ryder -1, graded small. Total 77.5. Nothing. All right, let's see what else is up. Yale Cornell, we can look at that, although there's probably going to be nothing. Yale 10.5 and 74. Wow, Yale down. Look at that. Could easily come back, though. In fact, I would say likely. My numbers say pass. Small lean to Yale. Halftime numbers say pass. Pre-game numbers like Yale a little bit. And confidence is very low. Confidence numbers are low. So let's move on. I want to see a St. Peter's line. Show me St. Peter's line. Nothing. But the Buffalo line is up. Let's look at that. 1 and 81. 1 and 81. Wow. They like Kent State. Ugh. The numbers like Kent State. Just a little bit. Again, very low confidence here. Can't bet it. These markets are tough, man. You know what I mean? I'd like to see someone else beat these markets. Big sample size. I know it's done. I know they can do it. I'm just saying. Not easy to do and impressive when it is done. Maybe Rich G does it. If he does, very impressive. Not easy. Yeah, weird. Confidence, low confidence numbers here. Small lean to Kent State +1, but low confidence. And nothing on the total. Damn. All right, there's a St. Peter's game. Pick'em and 66.5. Let's see. Pick'em and 66.5. Yeah, the numbers like St. Peter's. Numbers like St. Peter's. Pick'em and 66.5. 26-26 is the score at halftime. Sometimes I get funky halftime numbers. This number is accurate? Yeah, numbers like St. Peter's. Yeah, the numbers like St. Peter's. I did bet it. All right, we'll make that a play. St. Peter's Pick'em official play. The numbers like it medium. And we'll grade it that. St. Peter's Pick'em graded medium. St. Peter's Pick graded medium. Official play. Total of 66.5. Nothing really. St. Peter's Pick'em graded medium. Official play. Niagara Fairfield. Let's look at that. 4.5 and 68.5. Wow. 4.5 and 68.5. Yeah, the numbers like Fairfield. They want me to take the big money line at -285. Once again. Numbers recommending a play there. Numbers also like the Niagara team total under at 32, just a little bit. Very small. Do I dare? I can't do it. I can't recommend a play on a shitty team like Fairfield at that money line, even though the numbers say do it. I mean, Fairfield's not that shitty. They're pretty shitty, though. They're definitely shitty. Numbers like Fairfield. And for EG purposes, want me to take the money line at 285. Not the 4.5. Although they say very small edge on 4.5 as well. This is a bad, bad team, though. Fairfield. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You want me to take Fairfield on a money line? Let me get 165. I'll do that. 285? No. Although the numbers do recommend it. Numbers were way wrong yesterday. Overall, let's see. I haven't had time to update all my spreadsheets for a long time, so I don't know exactly how I'm doing as far as the second half analysis is concerned. Of course, I know I'm doing on my bets. Positively. Yeah, they like Fairfield at -285. Can't do it. Okay, let's see what else we got. Is that it? Do we hit everything? I think that's it, right? All right. St. Peter's Pick'em, biggest play of the night and graded medium. Brown -150 medium small. And then Ryder -1 and Marist over 69 small. Marist over 69 small, that's okay. Ryder -1 That makes me nervous. I kind of wish I hadn't given that as a pick, but okay. The halftime numbers like Ryder. Again, small edge, but high confidence, so I gave it as a pick. Pre-game, I took Iona -1 and the under. I think that's about it, right? Glance at the scoreboard here. All right. Central Connecticut State winning. Look at that. St. Francis getting beat down. That's not good. Okay. You win some, you lose some. Central Connecticut State team total over, though, looking terrible. St. Francis team total over, though, and the over on that game that I took, looking good. You win some, you lose some. You know what I mean? Again, beating these numbers, very, very difficult. Going 50-50 on these numbers, very easy. Very, very easy to do. So you win some, you lose some. Looking like 2-2 on those 4 plays. That is extremely easy to do. 54%, very difficult. 50%, piece of cake. Piece of cake, 50%. Could do it with my eyes closed, literally. Let me just give another once over to this St. Peter's situation. Official play, pick 'em. Interesting, though. Maybe we'll hang around for the, a few, we happy few. Maybe we'll hang around for these 3 7:30 games. We'll see. I'll check the comment section right after I give another once over to St. Peter's situation. Yeah, interesting. St. Peter's, pick 'em. Interesting. Yeah, weird game here. But the numbers like it. Kind of low confidence, but the pregame and the halftime numbers both like St. Peter's here. And regular viewers of the show know that also I like them to be pushing the same way. So if they push the same way, the pregame recommendation for the halftime situation and the halftime recommendation for the halftime situation are pushing the same way, that means that low confidence numbers are less concerning. So interesting here, St. Peter's. Low confidence number associated with St. Peter's, but the halftime and pregame recommendations are pushing the same way to the same degree, and that's a good sign. So St. Peter's pick'em, official play. Actually, probably should have been graded medium big, but I just made it medium. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. All right, we'll see how it all turns out. All right, let me close. Let's see what else is up there. Yeah, the Buffalo-Kent State game. Again, can't do it. Nothing. Numbers liking Kent State just a little bit. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone. All right, hold on. Let me see what's going on. Wow, is this true? Nuke Worker? See, now, Nuke Worker, I know, is an honest person, would never spam the show. Damn. Wow. They're slick, those guys. They're slick, those guys. Wow. They're slick there. Slick. That's good. I wish I was slick. There's a lot of good things you can say about me. A lot of bad things you can say about me. Slick ain't one of them. Whether slick is a good thing or a bad thing, it don't apply to me. Fairfield now up. All right. Let's, what the hell? I love you guys. Filled with love, that does apply to me. Some people automatically think that's a good thing. Not necessarily. That could be a bad thing. That definitely applies to me. Wow, that definitely applies to me. Oh, man, what a week. Jesus. What a freaking week. All right. I love all of you. And in honor of all of you, I am going to give you 3 bonus shitty second half picks on the 7:30 games coming up. I'm thinking of making a new little thing for myself, maybe to try and get some viral activity going on Twitter. I'm thinking of giving out my my least shitty pick of the day. My least shitty play of the day. One play. I'm going to identify one play out of all of my shitty picks that is the least shitty, and that will officially be the least shitty play of the day every day. Thinking about doing that. We'll see. Okay. Let's pull up these. Yeah. Executive decision. Who's in charge here? Me. I can make an executive decision. We weren't planning on doing these 7:30 games, but we're gonna. Wow, look at Central Connecticut State just rolling. Look at that. Unbelievable. 9-point dogs. Wow. Amazing. St. Francis getting blown the F out. But you see, look at all these markets, you know? A few days ago, I took Chattanooga big -10. They closed at like 8, covered by a mile. I took Rutgers -1.5. They closed at -4. Lost by a mile. These fucking markets don't know shit. I hit St. Francis, pick 'em, beat the closer, losing by 13. I hit the over. Market moved the line down. Over is going to cover by 20. These line movements don't mean jack shit. Oh boy, Friday. I thought I could be napping right now, but no, we got 2 more minutes to go in these games. Although they're not looking promising. The Brooklyn, I'll be interested to see what the Bryant St. Francis halftime situation is. Connecticut game. Wow, look at that, up by 11. That's almost definitely. Who knows? Maybe it won't be a pass. I don't know. The Mount St. Mary's Robert Morris game, probably going to be a pass. It's interesting. We'll see. Huge shout out to everyone. 3 more games coming up. 3. Crypto Capper, thoughts on VCU St. Louis? Yes, second half written all over it. Pre-game, no. That both St. Louis and VCU are wacky teams. High volatility with both of them. VCU, of course, because of their style of defense. Some teams can handle it well, and then they'll crush VCU. Some teams wilt, and then they will get crushed. St. Louis, similarly, because they have big strengths and big weaknesses, right? Not great offensively, terrible from the free throw line, great rebounding team. Now they're going up against each other. We'll know a lot more. You know, I'm sure there's guys with advanced analytics who can tell you what's going to happen right now. I ain't one of those guys. But I can tell you that at the halftime, there might be some good betting value. Total pass for me, but I'm definitely going to, if I'm sleeping at what time is that going to be? 9:50, 9:40. I'm going to set an alarm for 9:40 Eastern time. I don't care how tired I am. I'm going to wake myself up to look at the second half situation for VCU St. Louis, because that has second half written all over it. Not much market movement either. Oh, man. All right. Hopefully St. Peter's can just take this one. Nice little winner there, and we can be happy with it. Penn Dartmouth, yeah. High scoring in the first 5 minutes. Maybe I should have given it. Ah, well, whatever. Whatever. Okay, 3 minor conference second halves coming up in a minute or so. Bryant, St. Francis. Wow, okay, St. Francis now only down by 5. Again, I took St. Francis and the over. Central Connecticut State. Took them big. Yeah, there's nothing that cures a little exhaustion and massive sleep debt like a massive 9-point dog up by 6 points with 2 minutes to go in the first half. You know, it doesn't cure everything, but it helps. You know what I'm saying? It helps. Sure helps. All right, we're going to Chris Comatini says, bonus picks. Thanks, Pete. Shout out to you, Chris Comatini. 3 extra shitty picks that you weren't expecting coming up for Chris Comatini and the rest of us. Let's see. Harvard, Princeton not scored in the first 5 minutes. Yeah, I had the under on that one pre-game, and Princeton plus 7.5. Ivy League is a very tricky league. I feel like overall I have a nice read on it, though. Home court is kind of unique. My home court assessment for the Ivies is they're kind of off of the curve as far as my home court assessments of other conferences. It's an interesting league. I definitely eat some big losses in the Ivies, but overall, long term, I've had success with it. So a lot of people skip the Ivies, which is very understandable. You should definitely skip anything that you don't feel really good about as far as your read on, having things to look at that you think are predictive and trusting them and knowing what to look for. I like the Ivies, though. So we'll see. Might be wrong today, though. I did have Brown, and I did have Penn. So those aren't looking great. But I did have Princeton in the under. All right. These lines should be up in a few minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. I want to see what this Bryant St. Francis game is. Line is. Yeah. Nothing quite like a 9-point dog up by 6 with a minute to go to give a little boost to your overall mental and physical well-being, right? Doesn't cure everything. It doesn't hurt, though. That's for sure. Yeah, Simone Mambella. I'm on Central Connecticut +9, early money. I was too. And look, they could fucking lose by 25. We know this is college basketball, right? Is Wagner that kind of team? I don't think so, but anything is possible in college basketball. I mean, anything is possible in any sport, at any level, but especially in college basketball, man. But it's certainly nice to see. I'd rather have them up at the half than down by 6. All right, maybe these lines won't come out. Where are these lines? I didn't mean for this to go on this long. Just wanted to see a couple more bonus lines and get out of here. Shout out to Chris Comatini. Oh, JC Alvarez. Pete, acknowledge your audience, please. Okay, all right, okay. I'm doing it. You know what? I think I'm too good for my audience. I'm not going to acknowledge my audience. I'm just going to look at some of these lines. No, I'm just kidding around. Pete, acknowledge your audience, please. All right, I'm acknowledging it. What does the audience say here? Nuke Worker, my two bets were St. Peter's full game +1. I had it too. And Fairfield, I got 1.5. And Fairfield -5.5 second half. Okay, I hope so. You, Pete, acknowledge your audience, please. Speak your mind, Pete. Yo, anything you say about your boy Jimmy? Oh, I mean, we don't have time for that. Amazing human being. Great NHL capper, but an even better human being. Yeah, I don't know what to say. A wonderful human being. Funny as hell. Easy to work with. My mind is. I'm going on. I have massive sleep debt here. Yeah, I don't know what he's. He's going to independently produce his own show. Yeah, I mean, look. If you got fucking 20,000 Twitter followers, you can do some shit. You know what I mean? I don't know how this shit works. I mean, yeah, he's a great human being, and as far as business success is concerned, that's a hurdle. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to overcome that. He's honest, and that's another hurdle. He's good-hearted. That's another hurdle. It's going to be tough. All right, here we go. St. Francis. -1.5 and 78.5. Oh, man, I got a freaking headache. Jesus. Yeah, all right, I shouldn't have waited. Low confidence numbers here. Low confidence numbers on the spread and the total all around. Nothing. Ugh. I thought there was going to be a play on St. Francis, but the numbers say nothing. They actually like Bryant a little bit, but tiny confidence. Tiny confidence. All right, nothing on that one. Let's look at the other two, which there probably won't be. Wagner -7 and 74.5. Again, low confidence. All right, this was a mistake. But then again, I did advertise them as shitty picks. Small lean to the Connecticut team total under at 34. I'm not going to bet that, but that's what the numbers say. I have to write this down. Small lean to Central Connecticut State team total under at 34. But that's definitely not going to be a play. Halftime numbers like that. Pre-game numbers say pass. And then the spread, let's see. Yeah, the numbers actually have a small lean to Wagner at -7. I'm not going to make that an official play, but that's a number with tiny edge but high confidence. Numbers like Wagner -7. Hold on one second. The numbers like Wagner -7. Hold on one second. We happy few. Shout out to everyone who's still watching. I apologize if these last few minutes of the last show of the week are a little bit disjointed and slow. Small lean to Wagner -7, but high confidence. I'm probably not even going to bet it. Maybe I will a little bit. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to make that an official play, though. Numbers small lean to Wagner -7 and the under 34 team total for Central Connecticut State. Yeah. All right, I should have ended this. That's all right. Sometimes, you can't be perfect with your executive decisions. The Robert Morris game is interesting, though. I'm guessing that's going to be like -6 or 6.5. At 6.5, the numbers would say pass. Maybe a small lean to the Mount St. Mary's team total under. Although that's going to be 31.5 or whatever. We'll just wait to see what we're already committed to looking at these three games, so we'll just see what the situation is here. No official plays on any of them. Was hoping that the numbers would like St. Francis, but they don't. In fact, they like Bryant a little bit. Gosh, I'm sorry, JC Alvarez. I'm sorry I didn't. John Doe, shout out to you. Shout out to you. John Doe. Wagner, I hardly knew her. Okay. Does that even make sense here? Shout out to you, Simone Mambella. Alan, Fairfield is up 10.5. Great. I mean, it's great to see, if you're on the borderline, or if you're on the fence of making a bet and you decide not to bet it, you're rooting for the bet to lose, which is irrational. You should be rooting for the bet to win. St. Peter's is up. That's nice to see. All right, I should have given Fairfield. I should have had a little bit of balls and just done it. But I didn't. Brown rolling, tied the game up. All right, that's nice to see. Maybe we'll have some small winners here. And Monmouth Marist is looking, is that right? A healthy pace. All right. That's nice to see. Again, in this show, I share with you all the things that I do, that I bet, that I'm thinking, even if they don't wind up being official plays, right? And I think that is somewhat valuable. All right, Robert Morris, just 5 and 68. All right, let's see. What do we got here? 5 I'm seeing and 68. Yeah, Mount St. Mary's, 31.5. On the button, did I call that one? 31.5. Yeah, small lean to Mount St. Mary's, team total under 31.5. I bet it. I don't know if I can make that a play, though. Classic situation. Small edge, but high confidence for the Mount St. Mary's. Team total under 31.5. As far as the spread of -5, no, nothing. Very low confidence there. Lean to Robert Morris, but surprisingly low confidence considering the game situation. So that's going to be a pass. I'm going to come back to the audience in a second. I just want to, these picks stay with you forever, Dan Kelly looked the joke up if you ever know. I know, but wagon her, is that a term? I don't know. Wagon her? I never heard that term. What era is that from? Goose says St. Pete goes for you. Great second half college basketball capper, but better human being. Yeah, but that's a low bar. That's a low bar, Jim's actually and awesome. I didn't check how he's done in the NHL since I stopped doing shows with him, but doing NHL shows with him completely transformed my NHL capping. Flipped it on its head. It went to be something where I had a decided less than 50%, less than coin flip edge, big sample size. So something where I was up every year in the regular season. Oh, man, I'm tired. All right, so Robert Morris. So Mount St. Mary's under 31.5, team total under 31.5. I bet it, but I don't think I can give that as an official play. I can't do it. I did bet it, though. And I did not bet Robert Morris -5, though, because the confidence numbers there are very low. Total of 68. Slightly into the under, but can't do it. All right, that will wrap up the show. Things are looking okay, though, considering how shitty things were yesterday. Looks like, Brown's looking okay. St. Peter's looking okay, right? Penn Dartmouth over, looking good. Although I didn't make that one a pick, I know. Oh, now Niagara coming back. Right? Okay. All right. Despite the fact that I think overall this week will have proven to be a big negative week as far as my official picks are concerned, I think we'll be back. Do it all again next week, right? Starting on Monday. Monday will be no problem. Tuesday, once again, no problem. Wednesday, that's when it starts to get tough. But that's it for tonight. Shout out to you, Rich G. Thanks, Pete. Have a great weekend. You too. Capper Investments. Latte. See you. Dan Kelly. Awesome. See you Monday if I don't die from the coronavirus. Yeah, me too. Dan Kelly. Shout out to you. Cheesehead. I love you all. Chris Comatini. JC Alvarez. Anyone that I in the audience that I didn't acknowledge. Once again, JC Alvarez. Yo, Pete. Anything to say about your boy Jimmy? I literally have not one negative word I could possibly say about him. Wonderful human being. I don't even know what to say. Just an amazing person. Truly an amazing person. There's a lot more I would say. And I could say it. And maybe I will say it in future shows. Right now, though, I'm going to take a nap. I love you all. I'll see you on Monday.